Obi-Wan figure?
Sure. So Obi-Wan, he's coming out early next year. He's going to have an LED in the lightsaber. This is actually still a prototype, so it's not the final production run. The hood is removable, and then there's another hood that can go on it, so you can close them with hood up or hood down. I'm actually really impressed at the details on the face and the paint job. It's just
yeah, his face is really good. It's really accurate to the movie. Have you guys presented this to Lucasfilms yet?
This has been submitted for approval. We've still got a couple of minor changes that they've requested us to make, but unless you're comparing it side by side, you probably won't notice the difference. So this is about 98% of what it's going to look like.
How many staging processes does it go through before they approve it?
It really depends on the figure. Sometimes we send in the initial concept and then we send in a sculpt. Sometimes the first sculpt is beautiful and it just goes straight in after that. Other times, like Obi-Wan's actually gone through quite a few steps.
Are they ever major steps, or are they all just minor?
Awesome. Sometimes it's a major step. With Obi-Wan, it's always been just like change this, change that. But to be honest, I prefer that they care about their properties instead of just flooding the market with anything. They're actually taking care of making sure that everything is up to a certain level of quality. So I appreciate that. So. As a fan myself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what's the process like for as far as manufacturing it? Is it quick or is it a slow process?
Once we actually have the final sculpts and the molds made, and once we actually have the final paint master, from there it goes pretty quickly. I'd say on average from concept to release is average maybe 9 months to a year.
That's not bad at all.
Obviously, some take longer.
Yeah. And so, what about the Yoda?
Yoda, obviously this is still a very early sculpt.
On Dagobah.
The idea here, actually, he's going to have 2 LED features. One is the Luke's little lamp up on top, and then the power generator down here will also, both of those will light up. This is inspired by the scene in Empire Strikes Back where he's lifting Luke's X-Wing out of the swamp. And that's really the pose we're going for, is this one here. It's going to have 2 interchangeable heads. One of them will be eyes open, the other one he's got his eyes closed, and it's actually tilted forward a little bit to get that whole concentration pose.
And so is it just going to pull off and pop right in?
It'll pop right off, and the other one will pop right in. I'm not sure, there may be a few other features on it, but that's something that we're still kind of looking at what else we can do with it.
And I believe it will be adjusting the height of the base somewhat too. So
the base, it's not going to be that thick. It'll be a smaller base like some of these others.
But we're getting rave reviews on this piece already. There's some sites are claiming that this is the best Yoda yet.
I saw this piece come into the office about a month ago, and I was just so amazed by like the detail on the clothing and the sculpt on the tree. And I think there's a snake kind of around the backside there somewhere on the base.
How many artists actually work on this?
What? Once it goes to a sculptor, I think it's pretty much one sculptor who goes through the entire piece.
Oh, wow. And what's a production run like this typically?
Production run? Well, this is, with our RFX line, it's an open production, so we can bring it back into production when need be.
Oh, cool.
And then Vader here also coming soon. This one's got a lot of LED light up features. Not only the lightsaber, but some of the buttons on his chest plates, like the big red and blue ones on the side. And then on the belt, he's got a couple of pieces that'll light up on those control panels too. And then one thing that I really like about this one, you'll notice that he's got 2 different heads here.
Yeah.
One of those will be, it has a skull inside there, so when you put that one on with the LED on, it's got a flickering effect, like he's being electrocuted by the Force lightning. And then the other helmet doesn't have the light up feature, so you can display it with just the lightsaber and the chest pieces lit up.
So what sort of batteries is that going to take?
Usually they take like 2 or 3 of those small circular watch
batteries. That's really great. So is that what it's going to look like in the picture there, or is that...
Actually, the picture for the light up feature doesn't really do it justice for the skull. I've seen the piece in actually going, and Like, from about this angle, it looks beautiful. If you look at it straight on, the mask kind of hides it a little bit, but still, that's a beautiful piece. It just pops right off like that. Switches right inside the neck. Of course, now it's under this light, so you won't really see it very well, but kind of lighten up a little bit.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's really great.
It's even better if you turn the lights out and then let it.
Yeah. People are gonna go nuts about that. And this one comes out in October.
Coming in October. Yep.
That's great. And then, so what about the smaller troopers?
The smaller troopers. Let's actually turn that the smaller troopers, we started out with the Artifacts Plus 2-pack with the standard Stormtrooper. Like I said, these come in a 2-pack. We call them the Army Builder Set. They've got several arms and legs, interchangeable, so you can do up to 18 different poses. One thing that's neat is they do have magnets in the feet, and the base has a little bit of metal in there, so it helps lock them down a little. Gives them a little more sturdiness. The Black Hole Troopers, those are a Japan-Asia region exclusive that we brought them for display. It's the same mold as the regular Stormtroopers, just with the black coloring. These are exclusive here for the Comic-Con over at the AFX booth. They let us display one over here. And the Clone Troopers, those are coming soon.
And when are those coming?
Those are coming fourth quarter,
Christmas.
later this year. And again, they're fully posable. We've got the 2 different poses there. Again, they're saying up to 18 different poses will be available. With R2 and 3PO, 3PO's shoulder joints are on a pivot, so you can actually position his arms up and down and his head side to side. He's got an additional arm with or without the collar. And then for R2, you can pull out that third leg and angle him up so he's standing on 2 feet. So you've got your choice of those 2. And 3PO actually, this is not the final paint. He'll have more of a metallic, reflective gold and silver paint on it.
And then you've got Darth Maul coming out.
Yes, Darth Maul is also coming in the Artifacts Plus scale, which is this size here. He'll have, again, multiple arms and legs, so you'll be able to do a few different poses with him for display options.
You're gonna have him split in half, so you can have that pose?
Actually, I don't believe he does have the half split on him. That would be cool.
So, what about this Maul?
This Maul we came out with a year ago. It's based on more of a Japanese style artwork. We actually had the artwork as a giveaway last year, and this is just a beautiful piece. I've got one of these at home. We don't have the batteries in there right now, but you can turn the lightsaber and the LED